today we are going to be trying out a new to me brand. Now, I do want to tell you the story about how I got these, but as you've seen from the title of the video, today we're going to be playing with some Nabla shadows, and these are all singles. So it's been a while. I've had these for probably 2 months now. I know, I feel terrible about it, but let me just tell you how I got these. So I went to my P.O Box because I had a package in there that I wasn't expecting, and when the cashier handed me this package, I saw that the box had Nabla on it, and I was like, that's weird. I've never ordered anything from Nabla. Like, how does Nabla know who I am? Did I get PR from Nabla? That can't be right. But like, in my head, that was the only thing that made sense. So I thought that Nabla had found my channel and like somehow sent me PR without asking me to do so, because I had never had anybody like contact me. So I just assumed that's what happened. So I came home and I unpacked everything and I like posted on my Instagram stories tagging Nabla, being like, thank you so much for sending me all of these products. Like, I can't wait to try them. And I was like,
you guys did such a good job with the color story because these were so my colors.
And then someone messaged me on Instagram being like,
hey, I'm the one who sent you those shadows.
So these actually came from a subscriber, so thank you so much. You absolutely know who you are. I appreciate you so much. It was a very awkward thing, but I'm happy you messaged me, because otherwise it would have been even worse if Nabla actually told me that they didn't send me the shadows. So I was able to delete the story in like 10 minutes after it's been up and they hadn't seen it, so that's good. So today we're just gonna test out some of these. I'm extremely excited. I also have a couple of lip products here that she sent my way as well. So I have a lip gloss as well as a matte liquid lipstick. This is a dreamy liquid lipstick. I've heard so many good things about this, and this color is stunning. So maybe what I'll do is I'll put this on first so we can kind of build a look around that. I was gonna say let's do that, but I actually have a look in mind that I kind of want to do, so I think we're just gonna do the look first and then we'll put on the lipstick after and like see how I like it, and maybe I'll wear it the rest of the day, maybe I won't, depending on how it ends up looking with the eye look. But let's just start off by priming so we can get into this. So I'm of course going to use my Smashbox primer in light here, which I just love this primer so much and I wish that it contained more products. I know I complain about that all the time, but I just go through this primer so quickly and it makes me so sad because I feel bad about repurchasing it. And I've heard so many good things about Nabla shadows. Their palettes seem to be kind of hit or miss, like formula-wise. Not everybody seems to like their formula. But the singles, I've not heard a single bad thing about. So I'm really excited to try these out. I don't have a lot of things from Nabla. The only thing I have is the small coral palette, the cutie palette. And I like it okay, but the color story is, I don't know, I thought it would be more inspiring than it is, and it just kind of bores me now that I've played with it for a bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to start off by taking this turquoise blue here, and I'm going to put that in my inner corner. This one is called New Heaven. And if I'm going to go in with a matte in my inner corner, I always like to start with that just to make sure I have enough room to put this down. That is very nice and pigmented. That's beautiful. Oh, that is really, really nice. I'm probably going to have to find some kind of a lighter shadow to just layer over this just right in my inner corner to lighten it up a little bit after. But we'll just put this down first and then we'll take it one color at a time here. That is such a stunning color. I really, really like that. I don't think I have a matte like this in my singles collection that I can think of. I have a similar one, I think, from ColourPop, but it's not as good. Let me know, do you guys like ColourPop single shadows? I feel like their palettes, quality-wise, are so much better. Like, I haven't been blown away by any of the singles from ColourPop personally, which makes me a bit sad because they have such a good range of colors, but every time I use them, I'm just kind of, not disappointed, but I'm just always expecting more from their shadows. I don't know what it is. Maybe I just have like too high expectations for their brand. So I really like this. I know this looks crazy, but just bear with me because I do have a plan here. So next what I want to do is I think I want to go into this kind of mauve-y light pink here, and then I'm going to deepen it up with the dark blue. So let's first go into the pink. This one is called Lotus. The shadows have a little bit of kick up, but not too much, which I like that. I don't mind shadows having kick up because usually it means that they're going to be nice and pigmented. So I'm just going to run that through my crease here and use that as my transition shade. Like I said, that is a beautiful tone of color. I mean, so far I don't have any complaints at all about these. I think they look absolutely beautiful. And to you who picked out these colors, I mean, these colors are just so beautiful. Like, I can't see a single color in this palette that I won't use, and that says a lot for someone who has picked out the shadows for me, so clearly you know me very well. So I am blending these two colors in just ever so gently here. I don't want them to really blend too much because I want them to have their own little moment. So I'm just going to leave it like this. I'm also going to take this under my eye because I want this to be just a very put together look, because I feel like I look kind of put together today. I'm wearing a blouse. Who am I? It's not like I'm leaving my house or anything. So I don't know. I feel better if I just get dressed in the morning and I don't wear my sweatpants all day, even if I'm not going anywhere. Like, even when I'm sick, I always put on real clothes, and I usually do my makeup too, unless I'm like really sick. But it just, I don't know, there's something about being able to look in the mirror and just not look the way you feel that just kind of makes you feel better. At least that's how I feel. But this color is so beautiful and it's performing so well. Okay, so far so good. Next up, I'm gonna go into the kind of midnight blue, which I didn't know what to call the shade last time, but I guess that's what you would call it. It's just a very dark blue. This one is called Blue Velvet, and I'm going to use that as my deepening shade here, and I'm basically going to first put it in the outer corner of my eye. I always like to put my brush down first where I want most of the pigment to be and just pack it on there, and then use whatever is left on my brush to kind of pull this through my crease. That way it's not going to end up looking too patchy or be too hard to blend out, because I'm not going in my crease with too much pigment to start off here. And this is also a really pretty color. I love dark blues, even though a lot of the time they don't perform that good. So I think that's why a lot of brands don't really make colors like this, but this is just performing so well. Honestly, I'm kind of blown away. Like, I was expecting these shadows to be good just because I've heard so many good things, but I also know that their palettes are maybe not like the most liked, so I wasn't sure if the quality would be the same as the palettes or if they would be different. But I mean, I don't own many of the palettes, especially the ones that people have been a bit iffy about, so I can't compare them. But if the quality in the palettes is like the quality of the singles, then I want all of their palettes, because this is beautiful. So I've noticed now that I'm not, posting as many videos as I have been in the past, I've actually had time to like do so many other things, which has been kind of nice. Even though I miss posting a lot, and like, I don't know, there's something about posting that just makes me feel accomplished. But it's also been nice to just have time to do a little bit more cleaning and like other things that I've been wanting to do for a while. So that's one of the reasons why I'm still not like back to my, full posting schedule, but posting every day like I normally do. But it's just been kind of nice to post a little less often. And it also allows me to make a little bit more content for Instagram, which I know I've said in the past that I don't really care to grow my Instagram per se, but there is something to be said to hit 10K on Instagram, so you get the swipe up feature and the stories, which is probably the only thing that I really would like to get out of my Instagram, is just to be able to have that feature, because it will be very helpful to just be able to like link people to my channel and stuff when I am promoting my videos, because I feel like maybe brands would be more likely to, swipe up than they would actually go to my bio and like, watch my videos. So that is definitely a goal that I do have, that I would like to hit 10K on Instagram at some point. So I've been trying to make some more, Instagram tutorials and just being a little bit more consistent posting on there. But I just find it so hard to grow my Instagram, and I'm also not like super into photography, and I don't really enjoy taking pictures, which, you kind of have to get good pictures to grow your Instagram, especially these days, because there are just so many talented people out there who know exactly how to, get the perfect lighting and be perfect with their photos, and I'm just not one of those people. I've never even used Facetune. I don't even know what it is. I don't have the app. I've never tried it. I'm never going to try it. So yeah, I don't know if Instagram is really my thing, but I do think that it would be good for my channel to just be able to promote it a little bit easier. But like, these colors are just looking so good. I do feel like I didn't do the best job blending right out here on this corner, but I might go back in and fix that after. We'll see how it's looking in the end. So I think that looks really good. What do I want to do next? I feel like all of the shadows that I have in here are actually going to go really nice with this look. I do think I want to use a little bit of this one and maybe this one. Maybe I can layer these two on my lid. I think that could look really nice, and it would also tie in with that inner corner shade that I have going on there. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start off with this one. This one is called Selfish. So I'm very interested to see if their shimmers are going to be as easy to work with and as intense as their mattes are, because I'm so... see that? Let's try that again. Yeah, I'm just so blown away by these mattes. I think that they look so stunning and they were so easy. So I'm going to put that in the middle of my eye to start, and then I'm going to fade it into my outer corner. And that is really pretty. I love that there's little glitter particles in this. Oh, this is so cute. Maybe cute isn't the right word, but I just like the word cute. So I am just blending it into my crease ever so slightly here, just using tapping motions to make sure I get a good fade. Man, I just have a feeling that I'm going to end up on Nabla's website after making this video and then just ordering all of their singles, because these are so beautiful. Oh, okay, last up I'm gonna go into Virgin Island, which is the turquoise shimmer, and I'm going to put that on the rest of my lid here, and then I'm gonna find some kind of a blue highlighter or something to just layer right in my inner corner so we can lighten that up a little bit. Oh, that is really pretty. Oh, I love that. I don't know how well it's gonna go with that turquoise. This is definitely more of just a pure blue, but I still think they're going to work nicely together. This one isn't as unique, I find, as that purple that I just used. This is more of just like a basic shimmer, and it doesn't have like anything else going for it, whereas that purple had some little glitter particles in it, and it was also a little more foiled. But the color of this is really nice, even though I do have a lot of very, very similar colored shimmers that I like more in my collection. So I don't think that this blue is necessarily one that I would reach for again, because I have other ones that I like more that are super similar. I would say that blue shimmers is probably the category of single eyeshadows that I have the most of, because I just love them so much. So it takes a lot to impress me with a blue shimmery eyeshadow, but I still think it's pretty. So I'm gonna go back in with the dark blue and just put a little bit more of that in my outer corner, and I'm also just going to gently run that through my crease one last time just to make sure that everything blends together here. So let's see what I have in my Bitter Lace Beauty highlighting palette here. So these are all of the highlighters that I have. I think I'm gonna use a little bit of this one. This one is a kind of glittery white blue duochrome. It's called Lucid. It is one of my favorites to use on my eyes. So I'm gonna take a little bit of that, and I'm going to spray that as well, just to make sure it really sticks to my eye here. And I'm just going to tap a little bit, like right into my tear duct in my inner corner. Like, do you see how intense that is? Like, this is really going to make this look pop a lot. Like, holy moly. So you know how I said I was just going to use a little bit? Well, this is what happens, because these shadows or these highlighters are just, whew, they're very intense. But man, do they layer nicely over something else. I think this looks so fun. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish off with my eyes. I'm thinking I just want to do blue in my waterline as well, but I could also tie it into like my blouse maybe and try to make this a little more cohesive. I'm not sure what I want to do. I could also do, maybe this is what I'll do. This is Crybaby, I think, from ColourPop. It's a lavender. I think this could really like ground the look and make it come together. And then I'm going to do some liner and mascara. Maybe blend a little bit extra right there. I feel like that's just not looking that great. And then I'll come back and we can finish the face and try on the lipstick. So I'll be right back. Alright, so I'm back and I basically did what I said I was going to do. I used Crybaby in my waterline, just did some liner and mascara. I already have some bronzer on, so I think we're just going to move on to blush. And I think I want to use my Natasha Denona Gloom blush again. Did I say Gloom? It's called Bloom. Mini Bloom Highlighting Blush. That's what it's called. So as you can see, I stabbed it on accident, so just ignore that. But we're going to go ahead and use some of this because I felt like using a bit of a coral kind of goes with what I'm wearing, so maybe I can tie in like my outfit to my face and then use like a peach highlighter or something like that. I think that could look really cute. So how I found is best to apply this brush is not use a natural hairbrush. So I've been using this one. This is from, I don't even know where this is from. Japanesque. I think I got this on Amazon like a very, very long time ago, and I make sure to really tap it off because it just picks up a lot and it's very, very intense. So I have to go in very light-handed to start off, and then I can really start buffing it in where it is I want it. Like, you just don't want to go in with a bunch of product at once with this blush unless you're maybe a bit darker than I am, or you just like a ton of pigment in your blush, which, don't get me wrong, I do like me a good blush moment, but I don't always want to go like super ham on the blush, even though most people would probably say that I do that anyway. But my idea of going overboard is like covering my whole face in blush, you know what I mean? Like, to me, this is a very normal amount of blush, and I get that a lot of people would probably say that it's a little bit too much. I'm also going to put it on my nose because it is just, oh, it just looks so cute. I just love that. So I think for my highlighter, I'm again going to dip into my Bitter Lace Beauty highlighters because I have a perfect one that I want to use here. Somehow I forgot to swatch this in my swatch party video. If you want to see that, I will link that up there. But somehow I like skipped over this one, and it's one of my favorites, so I want to use it today. This one is called Coral Cove. And because these are super intense, I like to use very, very small brushes to do this with. This is the referral number 15, but you can use probably whatever like big blending brush you have, eyeshadow blending brush. So I'm just gonna go ahead and like, do you see that? Like, that is insane. Because I want to really focus that where I want it. So I'm just gonna take the leftover on this side. Like, this highlighter, I need to wipe off my brush. I mean, this is just ridiculous, like in the best way possible. So as you can see, it's got a bit of like a corally gold shift. It's absolutely stunning. It's a little bit hard to blend out properly if you use like a very large brush because it just gets all over your face. So I like to be very precise with my highlighters. A lot of my highlighters are, you know, extremely intense, which is probably the reason why I like to use smaller brushes with my highlighters, but I also just feel like I can get it where I want it and it doesn't look like it got too out of hand. So I'm gonna go back into my blush brush and just kind of run that over where I put this down if I can find it, just to make sure that I don't have like a sharp edge here. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna dig into this lipstick. So here's what the packaging looks like. It's actually really, really cute. And I think you just kind of push it out like this. So this one is in the shade Closer. I don't even think that I've swatched this. I was waiting for this video so that I could try it on camera for the first time. So let's shake this baby up and see what it's going to look like. Ooh, even the container looks very nice and luxurious. It's like a glass packaging with a bit of like frosted glass. That looks really, really nice. Ooh, I love the color of this. This is, oh, that is such a me color. I absolutely love that. I actually think it's going to look okay with this look. It might look a little bit too dark for what I would normally pick for this look. I think I would normally go for a bit of like a very light mauve. Oh, that is so pretty. I would say it's quite a thick formula, which I can't really tell yet how I feel about that. I definitely think that this is going to dry down completely. I feel like I've heard a lot of people talk about another formula from Nabla that's more of like a satin finish, but I'm pretty sure this is just like a matte liquid lipstick. It feels a little bit sticky and tacky drying down. So I'm curious to see how this is actually going to dry. I do have a gloss here as well, so maybe I will just swatch it at least so we can see what it looks like. I don't think I want to top this with the gloss. Let's see what the color is at least. So this one is, ooh, that is so cute. Oh, maybe I should have worn that instead. This is in the shade Dress Code. Let's give this a little swatchy swatch next to this one. Yeah, I kind of feel like that color would go a lot better with the look that I have going on, but I don't really want to take off my lipstick right now. Should I layer this on top? I don't know. I feel like this just feels a little bit too thick for me to want to put something else on top of, so I think I'm just going to leave it like this, but really excited to try out that color. That is stunning. So that's going to be the look all done. Let me know what you think. I really like this look. I love the pop in the inner corner there. I think that is just so me and so fun. And for the shadows, honestly, I'm so impressed. I would say I'm more impressed by the mattes than the shimmers, but again, I'm very picky with my shimmers and I like my shimmers to be extreme. And I don't really feel like these are like super intense, even though that purple is really, really pretty. But I can even tell just like looking in the pans here that these aren't going to be like the most intense shimmers, because they don't really have like too much of a sheen to them when you look at them, or too much texture in the pan. So I would say that the mattes are definitely my favorites, and I can 100% see myself picking up more of those because I'm so impressed by how they performed. They were nice and pigmented, they were buildable, they were nice to blend, they were just everything that I want in a matte. So yeah, let me know if you tried anything from Nabla. Let me know what your favorite product from them is. I really want to get like their highlighters or like the blush highlighter hybrids. They look so beautiful, and I see Angelica use them all the time. So if I do make an order, I'm for sure going to pick up one of those because I've been wanting them for a long time. So yeah, I'm just really happy with how this video went and how the shadows performed and everything. Thank you so much for watching. As always, if you want to see some other first impression, or maybe if you want to see some other singles videos, let's do that. I'll pop a few up on the screen. And if you're new, I would love it if you would consider subscribing, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.